You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some fry balls.
What is going on, NASCAR diecast collectors and diecast viewers on YouTube? Welcome back to yet another new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, hosted by me, your original Big Bry. As always, guys, I'm bringing you all your weekly NASCAR Diecast news throughout each and every week till the very end of the 2015 NASCAR Diecast season, which is almost at the end for Among Us, guys. So we only got a few more weeks left until the 2015 Diecast season is officially over, and we are looking forward, as always, for the next new season of the NASCAR Diecast News, and of course, to the 2016 Diecast, which should be hitting the shelves very shortly, and probably in the next 2 or 3 months. But until then, we got some 2015 Diecast news, and we got some great new 2015 Diecasts that just came on stock at any of your local diecast deals or at Steve Post's best says PlanBSales.com or K-State Diecast. Probably the two places we highly recommend here on the NASCAR Diecast News. And we do got some new pre-orders as well for 2015 and 2016. And what can I say anymore? The year is almost over, but we still got some more 2015 cancellations from our good pals at Lionel Racing. And, we're always going to be tuning into that. But we also do got some very important news regarding a new lineup that Lionel Racing will be, that is in the production of making. And we're going to get more info on that and many more as the NASCAR Diecast News starts right now. But before we take a look at that, guys, let's take a look at the best-selling diecasts that were from the last week's episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. Alright, everybody, so to kick off this next new episode for the Diecast News, well, let's go on and get on to, the very exciting part of the show, the newly released diecast that came out. I believe that this episode of Diecast News is probably the last one that we have because, as you guys know, this is the last week in the NASCAR, and I have to admit, this was kind of a perfect timing for this first car I'm about to show you. And you guys who are supporting Harvick Nation would highly recommend buying this car. Hopefully you guys probably bought it for the weekend, to support Harvick Nation as he's going to try to reign his championship. We'll go back to back. I know my good pal and friend BWP2933, also known as Buddy Coley, will be cheering on for him. So shout out to any Harvick fans out there. Highly recommend getting this car and support Harvick Nation, and who knows, maybe he'll be crowned a back-to-back champion for this year. My bets right now are probably I would love to see Gordon or possibly Martin Truex, since my favorite driver Edwards, got screwed last week. So yeah. All right, the next one I'll show you are some underfunded cars, which are probably going to be on everybody's list to get. First one is Justin Allgaier's number 51 Brant car. There's some differences from this car, unlike last year. I mean, of course, we have the black numbers of this car. Instead of the white numbers, which I don't mind at all, but I probably would recommend picking this car up because, as you guys know, Justin Allgaier will be driving for Junior Motorsports next year, as he'll be taking over Regan Smith's ride. And for Regan Smith, hearing rumors might go to Richard Petty, maybe. I mean, I'm not quite sure who's going to pick him up, but hopefully someone will give him a ride. But yeah, but I probably recommend getting this car because, as you guys know, Clint Boyer will be the new driver of this 51 car next year. So got some very interesting driver changes coming up for the 2016 season, and this car probably is either a hit or a miss if you get this car. But the next one, I would probably highly recommend the next car, which is the final car for this diecast wave. I would probably highly recommend getting this car. A lot of people thought this car was officially canceled, but it actually did make MOQ, and it was sold out at Lionel Racing. I mean, coming from a driver with a very, unique name, I'm going to try my best how to pronounce this guy without failing, even though I probably will fail. Get ready for the fail counter, guys. But definitely would not recommend, definitely would highly recommend, getting this car, because you will miss out on this. It is Matt DiBenedetto's. I believe I pronounced that right. Possibly. I mean, I bet some spelling and grammar police are going to get onto me if I didn't say that right, but I believe that is pronounced DiBenedetto, I think. Yeah, Matt DiBenedetto's. Oh, goddamn. Let's see, I believe this is I think this car is a promo, actually, because I do actually have the car with me, and how to tell, I mean the box, it kind of does give it away that it's a promo, but if you look, you know where the identification is, where it says, limited edition NASCAR diecast, and then it says the driver's name, driver's number. It's that little, it's that little reflective sticker that they have on one of the sides. But if you can look closely, I mean, usually when there's a gold banner on it, that means it is when there's a gold ribbon around it on the box, it means a standard release. But when it's silver, that means it is a promo. So I'm betting for sure that this is a promo. So if you're a big fan of promotional diecast, I would highly recommend getting this car. And plus, the best thing about this car, look at it, it's a Toyota. And it's on the EL mold. It's the first Toyota for this year that's on the EL mold. Does this give us hope for next year that Lionel's going to be using this mold for next year? I hope so, because some of the new Toyota cars that we're about to show pretty soon are pretty similar, like Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. So I'm hoping this is the right step, and like I said, I do have this car with me. I have to say the quality of the EL mold, so much better. I don't mind the PTC, but just Lionel needs to stick with the EL mold. It is so much worth it. Alright. But definitely, I probably said it so many times, but get this car if you can, guys. You might not know the driver, but it is one hell of a car to add to your collection, especially if you're into the promotional diecast like I am. Alright, and not really going to say too much about the pre-orders, except we do got another Jeff Gordon car produced. I mean, I think, to say the least, they're going to produce every single Jeff Gordon car for this year. Makes sense, because it is his final year after all. I wish Gordon the best of luck for next year, as he will be broadcasting, and hopefully by the time I upload this video, probably be Sunday or Monday, so depending if he has won the championship or not. So wish him the best of luck, and hopefully we can probably pull it off for his final season. And yeah, we got a couple other cars right there, some race wins. Yeah, they're making another Dale Jr. race win 164, even though that Phoenix race was just a little controversial since they didn't finish that race and it was ended of the rain. So yeah, but might I say that this just shows you, I mean, I know junior cars sell a lot of money, but they're making 8 different versions of this Phoenix win. It's like, oh, we got to get the color chrome, we got to get the vintage, we got to get the raw finish. I mean, it's like, holy crap. This is why I don't like special finishes, because there are just some that I just do they make any sense? Like vintage. Sorry, I'm going on a little rant here, but just I mean, as you guys know, I am going to be showing 124s next year, but you bet your dang butt I am not showing special finish cars for next year. Probably will for 164s, like because I'm a big 164, and I'm probably gonna show that on the all 2015 NASCAR Diecast released coming up very soon, which is the season finale of the NASCAR Diecast is. Anyways, I'm going like way off topic on a lot of stuff. But bottom line is, Lionel and Dale Jr., I think it's safe to say every time Jr. wins a race, we're guaranteed to see, a 124 and a 164 and a crap load ton of all these special finishes that I mean, I don't know who would buy them. Probably Steve Post will. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna move on with the pre-orders and get on to the cancellations. This is where I should take my anger out right here. The first one is Kyle Larson's 2015 truck. I understand. I mean, that what is this? Like, they made Kevin Harvick's car, Kevin Harvick's version when he drove this truck, Casey Kane's version who won at Charlotte. So I'm not surprised. Oh yeah, can't forget Cole Custer. I mean, hell, he's actually the original guy who should be driving this car, not these dang Cup guys. But I understand why. I mean, Kyle Larson. I mean, most of his cars have got canceled this year, so I'm not surprised seeing his truck diecast, not getting made. So that's very unfortunate right there. The next one, I mean, do I even gotta say it? Okay, I will. We got ourselves another Darlington throwback car. This one I was kind of skeptical about. The Tommy Baldwin Sr. car being driven by Alex Bowman. That car is canceled. I was kind of fishy about this car because it is an unsponsored car. I mean, I think the only sponsor this car has is DraftKings on the side. That's not really a main sponsor. I mean, this is basically a tribute car to Tommy Baldwin Sr. That's Tommy Baldwin's dad, if you guys didn't know. Fun fact, by the way. But, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed to see this car not getting made in both scales. To say at least, this is just, I mean, this has not been the year for Darlington cars, I was expecting a vast majority of the Darlington throwback cars being made. But, what are you going to do about it? I mean, small team, I understand, but just, very unfortunate right there for the Alex Bowman car. Someday we'll probably get a Tommy Baldwin car produced, as the last one made was probably Dave Blaney, from what we know. Alright, and the next one right here, we got basically a reproduced M&M's Crispy car. It is the American Heritage car, so I highly understand. This was a cancellation I definitely wouldn't mind at all getting canceled, because it's basically his M&M's Crispy car, just with some minor details on it, with the M&M characters. They have some different costume looks to them and all that, but just it's slightly different, but still pretty relatively similar to his M&M's Crispy car, which is probably one of the best selling diecasts for this year. We'll see if that car ends up making in the top 10 for the best selling diecast confirmed by Lionel Racing. But I highly understand this car got canceled, because it's just basically a reproduced Crispy M&M's car. That's all it is. And I say there was more Darlington throwback cars. Well, here comes another one. This one was actually a big what the F moment. Seriously, I understand all the hate with Joey Logano, but how in the world did this car get canceled? It's a freaking Mario Andretti tribute car. I understand. People got to pre-order. I mean, what does it take to get people to pre-order cars nowadays? It seems like whatever Gordon car they have, whatever junior car they have, even if it's reproduced, I mean, hell, it still gets made because it's popular. If people could just, take more time into these pre-orders and actually look into these diecasts. That's why I'm assuming, I mean, not calling anybody out, but I'm assuming, most of these Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon fans are just big bandwagons. They don't really care about diecasts. They're just buying diecasts so they can just, because they know Dale Jr., they know Jeff Gordon. I'm going on a little rant again, but just, I'm getting really disappointed seeing all these Darlington throwback cars getting canceled. I mean, this is just flat out ridiculous. I mean, wow. I mean, to say the least, I think we only got about a couple Darlington throwback cars left on pre-order, from what I know. I think the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. car and Jimmy Johnson and a couple others are still on pre-order. So I don't know. I don't know what the heck the deal is with the cancellations of all the Darlington throwbacks. I mean, I thought these were definitely going to be some big sellers and get sold out really quickly, but just very unfortunate. I mean, especially for any Lamas fans out there. This would have looked great, with the Lamas car that he drove, that Mario Andretti drove. So I don't know, pretty dang disappointing. And the next one, and the last one, of course, is the Kyle Larson's Picnic Plaid car. As you guys know, this car was technically supposed to be in season, but I guess people are not really into plaid after all, especially on the diecast. And call me crazy, but I'm kind of glad this car got canceled. I mean, I'm not really into the plaid. Maybe I'm not in that fashion vista as everybody else is, but I don't know. Fashion doesn't belong in cars, and I highly understand that. And the people have spoken. So sorry, Kyle. Like I said, fashion doesn't work in cars, so I understand that. I'm not quite sure what Target was thinking when they created these schemes. However, there are some cool patterns that they had, you know, because they did run. This was the only pattern that they run, but this is the only one that Lionel offered for us, which is very unfortunate. They could have done a lot more better and probably thought of a more engaging scheme to get pre-orders. But either way, I think it would have been canceled no matter what. Alright, so now we are going to be talking about our final topic of the day, which is a fairly short, but I'm going to go into a pretty heated discussion about this. Let's just say that Lionel, I mean, I don't know if they did this on purpose, or maybe they actually want to get the word out, but thanks to my good pal Matt D. Urkel, he found out, I believe, on looks like a Facebook post from what we know, that Lionel Racing might bring back winner circles. What I mean by that is that they might create a lineup similar to winner circles. If you guys are very familiar with winner circles, they're basically kind of like what NASCAR Authentics did, but they were more up to date. Like this was like, you know, the real stuff before NASCAR Authentics was on. So so before that stuff hit the shelves, we had winner circles and we had racing champions. And I have to say, winner circles is definitely a very successful. Well, it was successful. I mean, they went out of business in 2010. Ironically, the year I got back to NASCAR. So, I mean, so what does this mean right there? I think Lionel's doing it for the competition. I mean, which is going to be some bad news bears for NASCAR Authentics. So I don't know how the licensing is going to do for that, because as you guys know, I think Lionel is making a lot more profits than NASCAR Authentics, and they don't really make that much errors. I mean, mold and decal errors, I understand, but yeah, you know, NASCAR Authentics, they make some very clueless errors, as you know, from the Wave 3 that we had. There were a few amount of errors that might bite them in the butt soon, maybe, who knows, but yeah, I think Lionel's doing this not only, I mean, of course it's for the money, of course, but I that's pretty interesting, because, you know, there are some people on here that, you know, who, I mean, I don't mind ordering cars online, but I just like getting that experience, you know, going to your local, you know, store. I mean, because, you know, everybody goes to Walmart, everybody goes to Target, you know, and, you know, stop by the toy aisle, you know, you feel like a little kid again, and you wonder where all the new cars are at. I mean, I like that. I mean, that's why I like NASCAR Authentics, and I'm hoping Lionel is really going to, you know, put a lot of effort to this. So, you know, I'm hoping they're coming up with maybe something similar to the Winner Circle. I mean, not really exact, because that'd be you know, big copyright issues. But they are out of business, so who knows? Maybe they'll buy it. They'll buy the Winner Circle's name. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't really have that much theory to point out, but all I can say is NASCAR Authentics better step their game up eventually, or they will soon be like winner circles for all we know, which I don't want that to happen. But once Lionel releases this or gives us any more info on this, you know, and if it turns out way more successful and they get cars out much more, you know, they get cars out much more in a much more timely fashion, on like Spin Master did with the 6 months we waited for Wave 3, which was flat out ridiculous. But it was worth the wait for that. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think of this. Are you guys excited? I mean, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer Lionel Racing or NASCAR Authentics? And do you think Lionel Racing? Do you think this is a good idea for Lionel Racing, despite, you know, all the quality issues that we've had with the PTC mold and all that? Do you think it's their time, you know, to shine and see what they're really capable of to hit in the retail shelves? So let me know what you guys think of that. But other than that, guys, this has been the NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a, you know, a wonderful Thanksgiving that's going to be coming up very shortly. So hope you guys are all thankful for what you are, and, you know, hang out with your families and have a good time. and just be thankful for who you are. That's mostly all I gotta say right there. But yeah, this has been the NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, give us a good comment, like. If you guys haven't already, subscribe for more on the NASCAR Diecast News. And anything more for NASCAR Diecast has out there. But until then, guys, I will see you guys on the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, depending on what that's going to be about, which should be probably next week or so, for any more of your latest NASCAR Diecast news to come. So until then, I will see you guys next time for the next new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News.